So tonight we have a huge task. We've got 10 multi-tool brands and I've picked a favorite under $50 from each one. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, this is one of the only brands where we don't have a plier-based or a two-handled based multi-tool, but you have to include Victorinox in any multi-tool lineup. So I picked my Victorinox Huntsman that comes in at $49. At the bottom right here, we do have this package hook. We've got the awl, we've got the corkscrew, we've got the long saw, we've got the pretty full-size scissors, we've got the screwdriver with a bottle cap lifter and the wire bender, I believe that is. We've got the two knives right here, and then we have the can opener as well. So we've got a ton of functions, and then it does come with a pair of tweezers, and it does come with a toothpick, all for $49. So a lot of people think this is one of the best camping multi-tools you can take with you. Packs an awful lot and really a very light package. All right, so let's jump on to Leatherman, and Leatherman is no longer a budget multi-tool brand. It has gone upstream, and so this year we are left with about two choices that you can buy on their website, either the Rev or the Micra. And I actually use the Micra a lot more than I've ever used my Rev. So I'm picking the Micra this year. This has skyrocketed to $49 as well. And for that, you do get the tweezers. You get this sort of like a flat screwdriver Phillips. You get this bottle cap lifter, this multi-tool right here of sorts, this very micro screwdriver at the end. You get this nail care file rather, you get the knife, and then you do get a flat screwdriver, and then you do get a pair of scissors. Now, some people debate how good the Micra is, but actually I've really enjoyed using mine, and it's always served me fairly well. So again, both of these first two contenders do come just edging barely below that line, that bar of $50, but they do eke their way through. So the Leatherman Micra for Leatherman. Now with Gerber has raised their prices considerably on their website, but it hasn't yet affected Amazon. So on Amazon, you can still find the Gerber Suspension NXT for $27. And in this economy, that's a steal. So you've got the combo blade, you've got this pretty long screwdriver, you've got a can opener, bottle cap lifter, a pair of scissors. On this side, you've got a very long Phillips screwdriver, which I like. Again, all these tools are locking. You've got the awl, and then you've got a file on the one side and a depth gauge on the other. Very nice set, pocket clip rather, and spring-loaded pliers. So this, for several years at least, was a lot of people's pick for a budget multi-tool, and I can definitely understand why. Comes in at that $27 mark, which a lot of people will think is where a budget multi-tool still needs to be. Now, when we talk about SOG, SOG has a bunch of multi-tools that are now sort of below that $50 line because you can get them on AliExpress, I have seen some even today still. Seems like there's a little bit of a question what's going on there, but on Amazon you can still get the PowerPint for $41, and you can even get some other ones deeply discounted. So never look over SOG. Their tools don't seem quite as heavy duty as some of the other ones, but the PowerPint is a gem. At a very light weight, you get this fairly large file for the size. You get this strap cutter, this micro driver, you get this awl, you get this blade, you get the serrated blade, you've got the can opener, you've got the Phillips screwdriver, you've got the bottle cap lifter, and you also have a pair of scissors. And then of course, in the end, you have that 1/4 inch bit driver when you close it up, and then it comes with a very handy pocket clip. So for $41, I definitely think that's an amazing deal. I actually have a PowerPint, I have the Power Leader, and then I'm buying another PowerPint in black. So I really like this tool, and I hope it sticks around for a while. So getting away from the big four, we've got a lot of other multi-tool brands, and I'll probably forget a couple, but these are the ones that come to mind. And Schrade used to be a very well-known tool. Unfortunately, Their manufacturing went to China, but the design from years ago still remains, and it's still a pretty competent tool for the $24 mark. So you get a knife, you've got a can opener, you've got the Phillips screwdriver, you've got this reamer, you've got a file. On this side, you've got scissors, you've got a saw, you have got another knife, combo blade knife, and then you have a very large screwdriver, and then you have a smaller screwdriver as well. And a couple of these larger tools are locking, and I've gone into full detail about how that system works in other videos. And then you've got a fairly large set of pliers, and then they all combine into this tool, collapse into a fairly small footprint for the size of the implements. Again, coming in at $24, I still think that's a pretty good budget deal. So we'll probably stay in my budget lineup for a while because I think it has a lot of value to offer. Now, one of my new favorite tools, and why this comes next, is because Byberry has this surge clone, and this right here comes with a 1/4 inch bit driver. We've got the awl, we've got the can opener, wire stripper, we've got this small screwdriver. Again, the awl, the large screwdriver, we've got replaceable wire cutters. A lot of these other multi-tools had wire cutters as well. These are the only one on our list, I think, besides one other that has replaceable wire cutters. And then you do have the T-shank adapter. You do have the serrated blade. You have on this side a full set of scissors, and then you've got a full knife. So you get an awful lot for a little. This right now is on sale for about $40. It's $59 with a 30% off. So you can do the math, but it's fairly cheap, coming in under $50. So I think this is actually one of the best deals on this whole list. But a lot of people are not a fan because, of course, this is made in China, but you do get an awful lot. Some of you may have noticed that I've got a pocket clip on this. I'm testing that out, and I do plan to update you all how it works out in another video. Now, from Decamping, this is another multi-tool brand that really has been pumping out some pretty heavy-duty multi-tools. Again, they are Leatherman clones, but they do offer a lot. This is what Leatherman probably should have done in the past, but perhaps their testing showed them that many people didn't want it, but I think it makes sense to put a large pair of scissors on the outside. You've got a large knife on the outside. You do have the saw on the outside, and then you also have the serrated blade on the outside. And this is probably one of my perfect setups right here. I really like this, and it really makes sense to me. Then you've got this 1/4 inch bit driver. You have got a micro driver, which I use a lot. You've got a large screwdriver, got the can opener, wire stripper, bottle cap lifter, the awl, and then another pair of pliers with the wire cutters. And then you do have some crimpers underneath this one as well. This is the DL1 and also the 31-in-1 Byberry that I just reviewed. So coming up, we have 3 more tools to look at. And with Roxon, they've been pumping out a ton of tools, so it's a little bit hard to choose. But I do like this one. This is the M2. This has the pliers and the scissors in a nice pocket clip. It's just packed full of tools, which I like. It's got the can opener. It's got the knife. Then it has this package opener, which I think is pretty cool as well. Onto this side, you've got a Phillips screwdriver. You've got a this one right here is your nail care tool. You've got this USB drive, or this, I think it's a drive for your computer to get those cards, memory card opener. And then when we close all this up, we do have a longer blade right here as well. And then, let's see, I think I've got most of these tools. Let's just check. And then you also get a very large pair of scissors as well. And Roxon is sort of notorious for hiding in all kinds of things on their multi-tools, just like they have a safety glass or a glass breaker right there as well. So there's all kinds of functions that are sort of hidden in. They'll put tweezers and nail files and all kinds of things. So they come up with adding a lot in a little bit of space. And this comes in at $30 right here. The Decamping came in at $33. This was on AliExpress. A lot of these, most of these you can buy on Amazon, but a couple of these you can only buy on AliExpress. So the next one from Roxon, again, or not Roxon, Nextool. Nextool again comes up with a ton of different options. And under the $50 mark, I really like that this is available. This is the Nextool Mini 14-in-1. It goes by many different names, but that's the name that I found when I was researching for this. You have your knife, then you have this tool that sort of does it all. It's a can opener, it's a bottle cap lifter, wire stripper, a little bit of everything. Roller as well. You've got some hex wrenches on the back and a lot of functions, but this is one of the few multi-tools that you can find that would be compact enough to fit in your wallet. This on AliExpress is $18. I think I've seen this in Walmart, perhaps Amazon for around the $30 mark. But this is a truly unique tool, one of the thinnest multi-tools I've seen that has a pair of pliers. So a very minimalist design, and I think it's a very cool design as well. Definitely a conversation piece and pretty unique. Now the last one on the list to round out the 10, and again, there's many others we could have put on there here, but I decided to end with the SwissTech Praktisch. It goes by a couple of different names as well, but this is sort of a throwback to the older Leatherman wave. You do not have replaceable wire cutters. You've got the inside scissors. You've got the bottle or the can opener and also the wire stripper. You've got a seat belt cutter on this side, which is a little bit different. You've got a Phillips screwdriver, you've got a flat screwdriver, and the Phillips screwdriver breaks apart to actually become a larger and a micro Phillips screwdriver. So this, again, is reminiscent of the SwissTech design, more when they were made in the US, but it does harken back to some of their heritage of their keychain tools. And then when you do close this, you do get, again, a lot of these outside tools that you're used to in the Leatherman wave. And you've got your file, you've got your regular knife, you've got your serrated knife, and also your saw as well. So this comes in a coating, more of a anti-slip resistant coating. It does feel a little bit like truck bed liner. I'm not sure what it is, but I do like how it turned out. It does seem like they paid a lot of attention to detail, and more care went into this than some other multi-tools that I've seen in the budget lineup that I've handled. All right, so this one comes in again at $49. So again, for instance, unfortunately, when it's not US made or made in Sweden, you do get a lot more bang for your buck. But again, that's just how it is these days. But this is your $49 lineup, and then every other tool is cheaper. So I think all of these actually offer a fair amount of value for that under 50. And this Christmas season, you've got a lot to pick from. And the later in the year, when you're looking for gifts, I think a lot of these are really good options.